Studios, and we welcome Vivian O'Neal, Miss Mississippi 2023. Vivian, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right. Have you kind of gotten your head wrapped around what just happened? You've been crowned Miss Mississippi. It's so cool.
Yeah. Not quite yet. I've gotten a lot of questions. Oh, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And honestly, I'm not really sure. It's been a whirlwind. I turned around. We had an after party after I was crowned, and I didn't get to bed until the wee hours of the morning. Got up at 6 a.m. the next day and just been going since then. So it's been a whirlwind. Maybe when I get a second to slow down, it'll finally set in. But as of right now, it still feels surreal.
Well, congratulations. No doubt.
Thank
All right.
you.
So 5th time, is that right?
Yes, number 5.
All right. So tell us how you came to this conclusion. I'm going to try it one more time.
Yeah, it was a combination of things. I've been involved in this organization for a really long time, and last year I had decided, you know what, I'm going to be done. It's time to move on, start my career, all of those different things. And there were so many different areas of my life where things had fallen into place that just pointed to competing again, and I just felt a really strong tug on my heart to come back and compete one more time. And thank goodness I did, because last time I was sitting in this chair, I had a local title, and now I got a promotion, and I'm Miss Mississippi, and I couldn't be more thankful for that.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So we're a student at USM, Southern Miss.
Mm-hmm.
You just obtained your master's degree. Is that correct?
I did. 2-time graduate from Southern Miss.
Okay. And your major?
I have a BA in public relations, but I got my master's in higher education administration.
Okay. And so you got any thoughts about a career at this point? What you want to do?
Yeah, you know, the dream is, so my community service initiative, which is part of the Miss America organization, is called Capable, and it's a nonprofit. And so the dream would be to have that be my full-time job and continue public speaking and advocating for students with disabilities and talking about disability inclusion. So any way that I can make that my full-time position, that's kind of what I'm shooting for right now.
Okay. So tell us more about this, the Capable.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah,
your mission.
Of course. So Capable is a nonprofit organization that provides disability inclusion resources to educators. The first program is a kindergarten through 3rd grade disability inclusion curriculum. That one had so much success. I had some people reach out to me about writing a second one. So I wrote a second one with a STEM focus for 4th through 6th graders, expanded that into a children's book series to go along as a companion children's book to the curriculum. And then I began my career in higher education at that point and really wanted to marry those two passions. So I partnered with the Mississippi Community College Board and developed a disability inclusion seminar that essentially takes the same lessons from that curriculum, but does so in a way that is applicable to college age students. And I've been giving that presentation around. So it's kind of a collection of different things, but the overall mission is to bridge the gap between students with disabilities and students without.
Anything in your background that served as a catalyst for you pursuing this?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the daughter of educators and the sister to a child with a disability. So I had a very unique lens through which I viewed students with disabilities, and I kind of had an inside look on some of the struggles and the disparities within the public school system that those students face through my little brother's experience, who has a very rare form of muscular dystrophy called nimble-line myopathy.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. All right, so where do you go from here? What does your schedule look like, or do you know your schedule at this point?
I know a little bit of my schedule. I know about the next week or so.
Yeah.
But right now, it's, this is a full-time job, so I'm just in that onboarding process and getting adjusted to everything and getting settled in everything and figuring out my schedule and my role, and continuing again to work with my social impact initiative to visit some sponsors and thank them for their support of our wonderful organization. Just getting settled in, and then going to start prepping for Miss America soon.
Yeah, sure. Now, do you have some coaches that help you?
I do. So the Miss Mississippi Board of Directors has an incredible prep team that helps prepare me for Miss America.
What about the other contestants? Did you develop any newly formed relationships with any of them as a result of being in the pageant?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's always like a sorority of sorts. We're together 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for this Miss Mississippi week, and so I've formed some incredibly special bonds there. There is a very special bond with somebody that you have that goes through an experience like Miss Mississippi. There truly is nothing like that week. So I definitely formed some incredible lifelong friendships.
What about the former Miss Mississippi?
Yeah.
Forged a relationship there?
Yeah, absolutely. So Emmy Perkins is actually a Hattiesburg native as well,
Yeah.
and I'm from Hattiesburg.
Yeah.
So I've known Emmy for a long time, and there are several girls in there that I've known for a really long time. Mary Margaret Heyer is a
Yeah.
former Miss Mississippi, and she's from Hattiesburg as well. And all three of us were involved in show choir in some way whenever we were in high school. So a lot of commonalities there.
Yeah. All right, so when is the Miss America pageant?
I don't have an exact date yet, but I know it's going to be in January. So
Okay.
that's what we're looking to.
Okay. And where's that held now, by the way?
Again, I don't have an exact location,
Okay.
but I think it's going to be held in Florida. That's
Okay.
what we're thinking.
Yeah. And certainly you'll be forging relationships with the others who represent their respective states. I mean, there's got to be a really unique bond that's built there because it's pretty rare. Not too many people earn this and are blessed with this distinction. That's really something.
Yeah, absolutely. I am the 90th Miss Mississippi. We celebrated the 65th anniversary of the crowning in Vicksburg specifically, but I'm the 90th Miss Mississippi, so less than 100 women have worn this crown, and I'm really excited to meet all of the women from across the United States, hopefully here pretty soon.
Yeah, and the Miss Mississippi organization is considered one of the strongest in the country.
It is.
I mean, it's really good people that are dedicated to the pageant and do a fantastic job. I mean, I've just heard that anecdotally from so many people that really rave about the quality of the organization itself.
Well, anybody that can come in and is not a quote-unquote pageant person and can watch the show and appreciate the production value of it, I think that speaks volumes about that. We have an incredible board of directors, staff, volunteers that just pour into these women in more ways than one. And it's not just about zipping up the dresses backstage, but, I mean, these people are mentors, they're encouragers. It's an incredibly stressful and emotional week. And so to have those individuals behind us during that week, but not just that. There are people that, you know, we're Facebook friends afterwards or get phone numbers and keep up with each other throughout the years. And it's just an incredible support system. The production quality is incredible, and the sponsors across the state that support Miss Mississippi and support our organization, we truly could not do the job without them. And then that's not even to touch on the scholarship dollars, which is life-changing and has been for me.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to ask you a bit of an open-ended question, but just thinking out into the future. So you meet some of your counterparts that represent the other states, assuming for the first time at the Miss America pageant, and they ask you, hey, what's Mississippi like? That have never been here. Because you know you're likely to meet some folks that haven't been here. And there is, there are a lot of misconceptions about our great state. So what do you tell them?
Well, first and foremost, I would tell them about the food. I tell them they're probably not going to eat anything better than if they come down here. So we have different seasons that are not just, fall, winter, spring, and summer. We've got crawfish season. We've got Mardi Gras season.
It's a very diverse culture with a diverse fare of food as well.
It is. So that would probably be my number one, is I would probably want to take them to eat somewhere. Selfishly, I'd want to take them to a Southern Miss football game. I was on the dance team when I was in college. Big Southern Miss girl, obviously. But also, I think one thing that goes unnoticed is the industry that we have here. I mean, we've got Ingalls Shipbuilding in Pascagoula. We have got Camp Shelby. We've got the Stennis Space Center. And I just think that's something that, we don't get to talk about as much. We don't brag about that as much. And so that's definitely something that I would want to talk about as well. Once we get out of the fun stuff, we'll get to the more serious.
Yeah, and great workers who work in the businesses in Mississippi as well.
Absolutely.
So public relations, you told me before we went on the air, you spent a little time in Washington, right?
I did. Yeah. Right out of undergrad, I was offered a position. Funnily enough, I had applied prior to COVID really, really happening, and I waited a long time. I didn't even think they were going to interview me for the position, and then finally I heard back from somebody, and in the span of time that I accepted the job and actually started the job, it was about 3 weeks, because I did not think they were going to offer me the job, so I was not prepared. But they offered it to me. I packed up, found an apartment, and moved and started the position in a span of 3 weeks. It was the craziest thing I've ever done, but I'm very, very thankful for that experience.
Did you draw anything from that experience that helped you in your pageant work?
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I spent the first hour of every workday reading in-depth news, and in every area we had state and national and all of those things, and that helped me in the interview part exponentially, and getting comfortable public speaking and talking to public figures, and that definitely helped so much in this competition.
Well, Vivian, we appreciate you coming on. You are a fantastic ambassador for the great state of Mississippi, and we wish you all the luck in the world. I want to see you be crowned Miss America.
Me too.
All of Mississippi will be pulling for you, and I am quite sure that you're going to be very successful at whatever you do. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Vivian O'Neal, Miss Mississippi 2023, has been our guest on